Get out of here.
So, anyways, hey everyone, how's it going? My name is
You
Jake.
stop that. It's not funny.
This is a National Resourceful Podcast.
No,
Glad to have you guys here for another podcast. Today I got Joel. Joel, how you doing today?
No. Really? We weren't?
Nope.
No. We were doing so well though. I feel like it was good. Is this a prank? Did you while I was going to the bathroom, you're like, hey guys, we're gonna prank him quick.
No, this is real. This is happening.
Didn't we talk for like an hour and a half?
No, dude, that was like 10 minutes.
No way.
Dude, we talked about like
that was way
nothing.
longer than 10 minutes.
Nothing. I mean, what did we
We're
really
gonna do space hurricanes?
Do you want to talk about space hurricanes?
I don't know. I feel like we had something with the space hurricanes.
Okay.
I felt like it was pretty good.
Well, maybe we can do a little better next time around. So, anyways.
Could run back all the same comments here.
So space hurricanes. Joel is right. There is such thing as space hurricanes. Never before seen weather event has now been documented with the northern lights. Well, sort of the northern lights. Let's see. NBC News has just come out with an article saying that they documented a plasma hurricane that dropped plasma from the sky just last week. And they've never seen it. They didn't even theoretically know that it was even possible. Now, instantly, the thing that I like to think about is, well, it sounds like we have some magnetosphere disturbance that is causing these new weather events. Now, what's so crazy is that the same week we had the Insider now talking about poles flipping. Now, if you guys were on YouTube or anywhere around during 2010 and the lead up to 2012, everyone talked about these poles flipping. And so now we have actual reports of people talking about poles flipping. Coincidence? I think not. I don't think there are coincidences. Joel, what do you think?
Space hurricanes sound pretty cool, Jake. I like that idea. I'm behind space hurricanes all the way.
So, would you say that you are a supporter and you want to increase the space hurricanes?
I'd say that you and Kyrie Irving could sit down, have a cup of coffee, and probably have a pretty good conversation about space hurricanes.
Space hurricanes
and flat Earth.
Flat Earth. So you're saying that the Insider and NBC News are conspiracy theorists? Is that what you're saying, Joel?
I think that's what I'm saying, Jake. I think right in there with Sharknadoes and flat Earth.
Well,
I believe that space hurricane could give them both a run for their money.
You know, Joel, I don't think you understand, but are you ready for a space hurricane if one does come?
What would a space hurricane entail for the inhabitants of little blue marble we're inhabiting here, Jake?
Well, if the poles flip, we're all going to die.
Drowning or what? The water would...
I don't know. I've seen some things that they say that the whole earth will flip, but I don't think that's true. But what would happen is...
fall off or what?
No. Basically what would happen is that the poles would flip, everything would be backwards, right? But if you look into the NBC article, right, they talk about when the poles flip, instead of having 2 poles, we have 8.
We have 8 poles right now, or we would have 8 poles?
We would have 8 poles for a little while. And with 8 poles means that our force field that's around the Earth that protects us from radiation from the sun and interstellar space radiation would not be
way
able.
stronger, so we'd all get crushed.
We'd just all be radiated.
It wouldn't block enough of the sunlight.
No,
Space
yeah,
stuff.
or radiation, yeah.
Radiation.
Well, I guess sunlight is radiation, but
would we grow like 2 more arms, or what's the deal? What's the
I don't
pros
know.
and cons?
I don't know. I think it's different from every person. Every comic book I ever watch, you know, it kind of goes by your personality. So you might just turn into
Right.
Hypnochamp, you know, from Pokemon.
No, come on now. Mewtwo. No, I'm a champ actually.
Machamp.
The Hulk Hogan looking dude with the belt and the forearms.
Yeah.
Machamp.
Machamp. There you go. I don't know what I'd turn into. But
No, but I mean, if we'd all die instantly, I feel like everybody wants to be the scientist to be like, oh, I predicted doomsday.
well, dude, I don't think
have
we
an
would
article
die
published in
instantly
the-
because it's happened before and animals lived.
Poles flipping?
Mm-hmm.
Evidence?
Yeah, well, they have geological records that show that the magnetic elements in rocks, which I don't know if all rocks are magnetic to a point, but their actual molecules will line up to the poles with magnetic north, and they can see in geological history that they flip and they'll point in different directions. And so they have it down to a clock. It happens so many thousands of years, and we are overdue.
Dude, science is so ridiculous. What is like the scientific method? You test things, but like with science like that, it's like how would you know what it would look like if the poles were shifting on these rocks that they're finding? Like how would people jump? I feel like that's such a jump.
Yeah.
How would you know?
Well, they can look at different areas and see that they're all pointing in one direction in different geological timescales. So they can look at a layer of rock and see which way the molecules are pointing.
Oh.
And they can do that all around the Earth. And so they can be like, okay, they're all pointing north.
So if like layers down,
yeah,
the rocks were facing one way.
Yep.
And a couple layers up, the rocks were facing another way.
Exactly.
Like, oh,
yep. That's exactly how they know. Freaking crazy, man. But what that means, I really don't know. But it's interesting to look at, especially with everything that's coming down the pipe. You know.
What's coming down the pipe?
Have you not been here for 2 years?
Do.
Aliens are coming down the pipe. New technology.
That's what's coming down the pipe?
Oh, dude, aliens are going to be here anytime now. Anytime now.
I hope so.
Bob Lazar
I really do.
was right.
Elon Musk, he was like, if aliens are real, they're very subtle. Very subtle.
Yeah. You'd think if anyone would know. And
he doesn't believe in aliens. And that's Elon Musk.
And you know Elon Musk would tell us.
He probably would tell you.
He would.
And he'd meme it.
Yeah.
He would meme it instantly.
Yeah.
If somebody picked up his Tesla floating in space, he'd definitely be the first to put a meme on it.
That would be pretty funny. Oh, did you
see? He talked about Halo the other day, too.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He was talking about the Cybertruck, and he's like, well, if you could be riding down loving rockets in, like in Halo. And then Rogan said something about Halo, too. I was like, yes.
Halo G was the best Halo.
We need to get a third screen in here, and it needs to be me playing some Slayer right now.
Dude, you could be doing that so easily.
You could coach me to a 20 bag.
Oh, that'd be sick. If you started a Twitch stream, I would totally be your +1 on the Twitch stream. I would do that every day with you.
I'm not joking. I am ridiculous at the newest Halo. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't play any other game though.
Yeah. I could show you how to do that. I know how to do that.
With Twitch?
Mm-hmm.
The new Halo is coming out too. I'll probably be pretty ahead on the competition,
Oh,
given that the
damn.
last game came out like 5 years ago and nobody plays it anymore.
Yeah. Wait, are you a Halo
What was
3
the last
fan or
Halo
a
you
Halo
played?
2 fan?
Like Halo 3?
Halo 3, yeah.
Halo 2 or Halo 3?
Yeah.
Probably Halo 3.
Halo 3 is your favorite?
But Halo 2 came out when you were like in high school.
Yeah,
When
that's
I
all I did.
when Halo Wait, no, Halo 3 came out when you were in high school?
Mm,
Halo 3 came out for you when Halo 5 came out for me.
damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I was there for Halo 1. I was there for LAN parties where we all connected our crappy Xboxes together, and
That's dope.
it was a lot of fun.
That's like playing records. Like there's just something about it. Something tangible about a LAN party
Yeah.
or Xboxes.
You used to be able to, Skateland?
Yeah. Oh, they'd go and have LAN parties there, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a thing. Pretty crazy.
That'd be sick. Skylar won. He was telling me, Skylar Goble told me that he won the newest. He won like an Xbox. Or what it would have been. Like the original Xbox playing a LAN party.
Oh, really?
Tournament. Yeah.
Oh, damn, that's pretty cool. No, yeah, we thought we were the shit.
That would be sick though.
We used to be able to hard mod them and soft mod them, and it was crazy.
That's a little ridiculous. I still don't understand that.
Yeah, you could.
I don't know how you could mod the game or like, mod the console to make it so you spawn with like better stuff.
Well, not only that, dude. We used to. It got to a point where you could shoot a pistol and a ghost would come out as a bullet.
Yeah, how do you mess the game up that much?
Well, like you could do it with a soft mod where you could replace the software or add software onto it that would mod it. And what happens is that you'd host games, right? So if you go online, whoever had the best internet connection would host the game for everyone else, which would like load maps, load rules. And so what you do is you had all these tricks to get the host, and when your Xbox hosted, it ran the schematics off of your Xbox, and so all the changes you put into your Xbox would all of a sudden get loaded up online. And so like you get host, and then all of a sudden like you could do anything. You could double tap for super jumps, and then like you could have a sniper rifle that shot tank shots and craziness.
Would they get powers too or no?
No.
You'd be the only one getting powers?
Yep.
Everybody would get them?
No. Just you.
Oh, so you just have to be the best at cheesing the game?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So everybody gets these mods?
Some mods I think apply to everyone. I think most mods would just apply to you.
Who's that kid that you used to play with that was like a professional at Halo?
Ryan Radig. That kid was nuts.
Yeah.
That kid was crazy.
He was in the modding. Didn't a modded Xbox almost kill you?
How? They get electrocuted.
You were plugged in and it got shocked by lightning.
Oh yeah, I remember that. It shocked me through my controller. Yeah.
Was it lightning? You think?
Yeah, it was during a thunderstorm. I got zapped pretty bad.
Your shit just blew up.
Yeah, pretty much. It was instantaneous. It was just like, yeah, it got me good. I passed out once.
Mom was like, that was God ripping you away from Halo.
Oh, yeah. She's telling you to crack your Bible, otherwise you're going to get smited.
She broke Halo 2 over her knee, and you guys taped it together and put it on the fridge.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, God. This is so funny.
How many Xboxes did you have back?
A lot.
Of modding?
At least 3 or 4. And then I tried to like combine them. So I took like the Xboxes and I went over to my buddy's house and we like tried to like connect all of them together, different hard drives and stuff. It was crazy. We geeked out pretty hard. You know what was crazy though? Do you remember Age of Empires?
It's not like the Civilization game.
Yeah, where they're like, "Atoll," and they go in and you like build up your guys and like go in and attack.
Sure.
Yeah. So like I remember being at Ryan's house and he had the newest version of that, right? Age of Empires, whatever, 4 or 5.
Is it like a super online game?
Yeah, yeah. And so you go online and fight people. you'd build up quick and then you'd attack the other person. It was crazy.
Clash of Clans,
No, this was insane.
but same concept as Clash of Clans.
Yeah, but it was like, yeah, pretty much. But anyways, like I would go to over to his house and he'd play the game on his computer, and literally his screen would just be swiping and clicking, and he's just typing into the keyboard, and you couldn't see anything.
You have to move. You have to move that fast.
Yeah, at that level, he was
in that
like
game?
he was like ranked really high, and like you just see him typing on the computer, and you couldn't see anything on the screen.
It would just happen.
It would just be clicking into a million different things all at once, and he's just sitting there fighting a guy. He's like, "Yeah, I'm doing pretty well." It's like you couldn't even tell what was going on.
People that get into that stuff, like that's such a level of putting your life into something. Like, have you ever seen somebody play League of Legends?
No.
It's like
Oh
the same
yeah, I
thing.
have. Yeah.
They're clicking so fast. It's absurd.
Yeah.
I would go in after school sometimes if I was like just chilling in high school, and they have a League of Legends team, and one of my
At your
buddy's
high
sisters was
school?
on the team. Yeah,
What?
like an actual team, and they like I'd walk in, all the lights would be off, and they're all like in a computer lab, just
Are you serious?
all playing with like yeah, they play as a team. It's crazy.
I had no
There's
idea.
esports teams.
Dude, high school's changed a lot since I left.
Yeah, it's insane.
Do you know what they have
They
now?
like go to events and
You know what I heard? This is kind of off topic, but do you know what I heard they have down in the South now?
what?
They have high school bass fishing teams.
That would be dope. I would do
Yeah.
that. I mean, I'm not much of a fisherman, but the other thing is like, wouldn't home field advantage be everything in that?
Probably, yeah.
Like, oh, we're fishing at Homestead's Lake now. They've got all the spots.
Yeah.
They've been prepping the lake for all week long.
They know exactly where to go.
Yeah, right. That would be ridiculous.
Yeah. That'd be sick. But then you'd have to like go and prepare to
If you-
face
you
Homestead
watch
by
film
going
on how
out
to
and
fish.
fishing. Like, oh, I'm getting ready.
Dude, that would probably get aggressive.
Yeah.
People would be angry. If it was like super competitive like that, where you knew exactly what like the next week's lake was going to be,
Mm-hmm.
you'd be out there like trying to get some intel. You'd be fighting with your rivals.
You'd be like sitting there with
Pretty sick.
binoculars, seeing where they're going, tracking their boats.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
That's crazy. That's crazy. I wish I would have done that.
That's great.
That'd be cool.
You got pretty into bass fishing for a while now. Maybe not bass fishing.
Not bass fishing.
Fishing in general,
Oh,
and not
I
fly
love
fishing.
fishing. I love fishing.
Right.
Yeah. That's one of my
More
main.
fly fishing though, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I did both. I did gear and fly fishing. I took like a hiatus from gear fishing for a while and just did fly fishing, but now I'm like, past couple
Became
years I went
curious.
kind of back, and so it all depends on what I'm fishing for. I just like to be able to go out and like target fish, and like sometimes a fly rod's better, sometimes sometimes gear is better.
Gear is way easier though.
No,
That's the only advantage. Like
no,
you can catch any fish. You can catch any fish with gear.
that's not true.
You can only catch some fish with fly fishing.
That's not true.
You don't think you can catch any fish with gear?
No.
Why wouldn't you be able to catch a fly fishing fish with like a bobber and a weight and all of that? It would sit the same.
No, when you're in like if you're on the Metolius River up in Oregon, outside of Bend, Oregon, the water's so crystal clear. Like the fish are so smart. Like they look at your gear line.
Those fish are dumb.
No, they're so
Those
smart.
fish are dummies.
They're so smart.
Fish are dumb.
They're so
Fish
smart,
are
dude.
dumb.
They're so smart,
Fish
dude.
don't have feelings.
No.
Kurt Cobain.
No, dude, they're smart. They look at your shit and they're like, I'm not going to eat that. Because, like, they're in a river, right? So river fish have to be able to look up and see whether or not it's food or if it's a stick, right?
That fish look, you just get.
The fish, they're like this. They're like this. And they're looking up and they're like, is that food? Is that food? Is that food? You know? And they have
That
to
is
make
not
a
what they're
decision.
thinking.
That is exactly what they're
Maybe they're
thinking.
just more picky. Maybe they're just more picky. But it's not like the fish in the lake are just dumb fish. Like, oh, that's food. And then the river fish are like, oh, that's a fisherman.
Dude, I'm telling
getting
you,
outta
in a
here.
nice, clear, crystal clear water, fish are like, in a river that's moving pretty good. Like they're,
These fish are geniuses.
oh, that's a stick. Oh, that's a stick. Oh, that's a
No.
stick. Oh, that's shiny. I'm
They
gonna
just
go eat
taste
that.
everything that floats by.
No, that's not what they do at all. And that's what I'm saying. Is that they have to be able to see and they have to be able to see what's food and what's not food. And they have to make a decision very quickly. And so like if your lures aren't right in good water, they're not gonna bite. They're gonna look at that and be like, what the hell is that? I'm not gonna put my mouth on that. Fuck that.
In good water. But like if you're talking about like fishing a river, like if you're standing with waders on, flicking away at some fly fishing, like you're just letting it sit for a while anyway. You might as well just have a rod.
No, it's
And flick it out.
presentation. It's all presentation. Because flies like trout, right? In a river.
No, you're broader.
Trout are only, they eat bugs, right? And so the bugs, they go through their evolution stages, right? And they start out on the bottom. And all bugs are
Fish are bugs.
Bugs are different. But anyways, they get to the top of the water, they hatch, they mate, they come down, they lay their eggs, right? So the fish are trying to hit them on the top of the water. They're trying to hit them when they're coming off the ground. They're trying to hit them when they're coming back down, right? And so, especially dry flies, I mean, they're looking for something that's floating. You can't cast something that floats, that looks like a fly with a rod and reel, with a gear rod. Gear rod, light string,
Why?
heavy lure. Fly fishing, heavy line, light lure. You see what I'm saying? The only reason why you fly fish like that,
Seems counterintuitive for the presentation aspect.
bug,
Because if these fish are so genius, they're like, that neon green rope attached to that fly doesn't look that tasty.
well, no. I mean, have you ever seen a fly fishing fly? They look ultra realistic. You gotta get the colors.
They
right.
look like flies?
Yeah, that's what they are.
They
They're
look like flies.
flies.
I mean, I've been with you guys. I don't remember them looking like little miniature flies.
Yeah, they're little flies.
Maybe like little shiny.
Yeah, they're little flies. Or they look like larvae. They're tiny.
Mm.
And so like the only reason why fly fishermen have to like throw that line that way is because the flies they're throwing don't weigh anything. And there's no way to throw something that doesn't weigh anything.
Mm.
But gear fishing, the weight is in the lure. So you can just huck it because the line doesn't weigh anything, but the lure does. So you just throw the lure and the line will unravel. You see what I'm saying?
So you think in any given river you couldn't catch as many fish with a
It
gear,
depends.
with
It
gear?
depends on the situation. I think gear fishing is obviously like,
I think you look for the situation if you're fly fishing. Where you're
that's
like,
true.
oh,
I mean,
this
some
might be-
people are purists about it,
But most of them are.
Yeah. But I mean, like, at the end of the day, what's putting fish in the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah. But even gear fishing, dude, gear fishing in a river is not easy to do. And you can be good or you can be terrible at it.
Get your line caught in a rod or a log.
Yeah. And like what you do in rivers
gear
is you
shake-up.
chuck your, whether you're spinning or whether you're throwing bait or whatever, you have to learn how to drift and change seams in the water. You have to be able to look at the bottom and figure out where they might be hiding. How am I going to throw it upriver and drift it into a perfect presentation for them to eat it? It's hard, man. It's tough. It's not easy.
It's tough stuff.
Yeah. You know what they say?
You're
A day of
definitely easier than
fishing's
fly
better
fishing.
than a day of work. What?
Gear is definitely easier than fly fishing though.
Yeah, probably. You could probably say that. I don't know. It depends what you're going after. I mean, if you're fishing bluegill off the dock at your cabin, that's pretty easy.
Easy.
Yeah. But then again, have you ever caught Have
At
you
the
ever caught
cabin?
blue? Have you ever caught bluegill with a fly rod?
I'm not much of a fisherman.
It's literally the easiest thing in the world.
Bluegill with a fly rod.
Yeah.
They just snap at all the little flies.
Oh, I mean, like
There's like,
a lot of those panfish will just hit anything that sits on top of the water. So
I could probably get into fly fishing. I don't. I've, gear fishing is
wait,
too
can I see
boring.
that
I like
again?
sitting there
Can
and
I see
clicking
that
buttons.
again? Can
See, that's kind of fun to do. And like, I might just do this too much, but like something smooth about it
yeah,
when you got a bunch of line out.
yeah. It's aggravating though. Very aggravating.
I'm sure.
Yeah, but
I'm sure it took you a while to actually catch something.
yeah, it did. I still catch. I still don't catch as much as I go. I get skunked. But the crazy thing is when you get a steelhead or a salmon on the end of your line, oh, that'll change your life. That's a battle.
Fun.
Oh, it's a battle.
A fun day.
It is.
They just pull hard or what?
Yeah, they're huge. And you're in the middle
You've
of a
caught
river.
both?
Yeah. You get caught in a river and you're just like sitting there like you'll like a Chinook, you'll sit there for a long time trying to pull that hog in. You're just like, oh God. You get to the end of a Chinook catch and you're just like, you're wiped.
Canucks are Wisconsin, right?
Yeah, they're in Wisconsin. They've been playing it up in Lake Michigan. Yeah.
Mm.
You remember? You remember?
But they're also in Oregon?
Yeah, they're natural in Oregon. I'm pretty sure
Mm.
they were planted in Lake Michigan. You remember when
I just know because we got the Chinook space.
remember when I caught that Chinook on Lake Michigan?
The Chinook on Lake Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh, I was like, what are you? With the
With
wave board.
with the skimboard.
Boogie board. The little, yeah.
Oh, I
That
was
thing
so mad.
Wham right underneath you.
Yeah, dude. It was
And then you gave in to that girl. You wanted to keep it. You probably wouldn't have wanted to keep it though.
no,
right?
it was a perfectly good Chinook and it was clipped too. It was hatchery. I
Eatable
could have
fish.
kept it. What?
It was like
It was huge. That was a big
it
nook.
was a big fish.
That was. And the girl was like,
You caught that with your hand.
yeah. I whacked it.
He was huge.
I
Went
whacked
right
it,
underneath
and then I
it.
just grabbed it. And I like wrangled it.
That's the craziest thing that's ever happened. How stupid is that thing for swimming right underneath your board? On a wave? I wouldn't think that big fish would be that shallow riding
Yeah.
a wave.
Yeah, no, I have no idea. It got way too shallow into the water, and I think it was confused. You know, or I don't know. Maybe there's food there. Who knows? Maybe that's where maybe that's where the little fish hang out during the summer.
It's kind of gross water.
It is kind of gross. Do you remember? Do you
Right next to the
remember?
poop plant.
Was it like back in like 08, 07 when those sewage pipes burst?
In Milwaukee?
I think so. I think they were in Milwaukee. It was on Lake Michigan.
Well, Milwaukee had that big water problem where a bunch of people died because the sewer is leaking in. But I think that was in the 90s, and that's why like Milwaukee's got pretty clean water nowadays because they had to do all this to fix it.
Yeah,
But
before it became a
I
Flint.
don't know about yeah. Before it became Flint, right? Is
Yeah.
Flint fixed yet?
I don't think so.
Did they have it? They're still fucked.
Probably.
That's pretty tragic.
Yeah. But no,
Nobody wants to
I
do
think
anything.
back. I think back.
There's no way they don't have. There's no. I mean, if it's not fixed by now, is it not just like to hell with it? There's no way they haven't had enough money to fix it
Yeah, there's been there
with
has to be a
donations.
ton of
Like people were
yeah.
talking about that for like people like that were talking like we were talking about that for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think everyone moved out. Have you seen videos of that area in like some of the parts
Why
of
would
Michigan?
you not move out?
I don't know, but like you go there and like
I mean, I sound like a dick for saying that, but honestly, like if the water ain't good, that's like one of the two things that you quite literally need. So maybe just pick up and go.
yeah, maybe. It didn't stop Las Vegas though.
Pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, pick yourself up by your
Just-
bootstraps and learn how to code.
Get some clean water. Learn how to code. We should have learned how to code though, honestly.
Yeah. I've tried to dabble in it. I haven't found, I mean, there's some things out there, but, you know,
All the coding camps are kind of BS. I think.
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't want to pay top dollar for some, I don't know.
But at the
BS.
same time, like I feel like the people that are good at coding actually are ones that self-taught, and so there has to be some kind of way to learn how to code.
Yeah, I'm sure you can buy like a coding for dummies and just read that and then go on.
Once
from
you've
there.
got coding down, how much do you really need to like? Do people finish with coding degree? Like,
Yeah.
do you go to school to code
Oh, yeah.
and then finish to code?
Yeah.
But like at the point where you know how to code, how much do you really need to be there for the degree? Because it's such like a skill that's like proof of concept, like proof of work type stuff.
Yeah.
Where
Well,
you're like, I can do this.
I think from what I've seen is that everyone that I know who's become a coder has always been like a math, you know, they've gotten their degrees in math. Like usually they like, you know, I'm sure.
2 and 2 lend themselves.
Yeah. Like you'll get your degree in some sort of math and become a coder. Like something about coding and math, like you got to be really good at math to be a coder. I don't know why. Maybe you don't, but that's kind of what I've kind of assumed. You know,
Come again?
I've kind of just assumed that you kind of have to have a pretty heavy math background to be actually coding important stuff. You know what I mean?
I don't think so though. I feel like it's a lot of rules.
Yeah.
I feel like it's like rules that you need to follow to produce code.
I mean, I'm not really
And
talking
then-
about like your widget. I'm not really talking about like your iPhone apps. I'm talking about like actual like coding. You know, like
Right.
coding machines, coding computers. Like, I think they're very math heavy, which means I'm out. I'm
I
out.
imagine.
I'm out.
Ones and zeros. I can't do math. But learning how to code would be cool. Even like a basic understanding would probably be pretty beneficial.
Yeah.
Given that Amazon's gonna run everybody out of a job pretty soon here.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're going into a new technological revolution. I don't think anyone knows what's on the other side of
Bitcoin?
this. Bitcoin. Yeah. Get your Doge.
DeFi?
Oh, hey, guess what,
I'd
buddy?
say.
Hey, guess what?
It won.
Do you see what XRP did since the last time I told you?
You see what one did? One's up too. One's up like 500%.
Do you have one?
I do have one.
Ooh, nice.
One Harmony.
Oh, is that
One's up a bunch
Harmony's
too.
is that Harmony's abbreviation?
ONE.
ONE. Really?
ONE.
Didn't they
They're up a lot.
Didn't they take a spike yesterday?
People are saying they're about to be listed on Coinbase.
No.
Which is what?
I'd be so angry.
Why?
I don't know.
that it's about to pop off.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I've been waiting for XRP to
It's
be on
at
Coinbase
well, I
forever.
mean, it started at like 2 cents when I put money in.
Yeah.
Then it jumped to like 4 cents the other day. So that's like double. But if it jumped to $1, I mean, big cans,
What is it at right now? 4?
big stuff. Yeah, like 4 cents.
Okay. Yeah.
Good stuff.
I need to throw some money at that.
Did you put it into Ripple when you said you were going to?
Last time we talked, no, I should have. It doubled. Actually, it tripled.
It doubled. It'll go back down.
I think it was 20 cents and now it's at 60. Or it's pushing 60 right now. Yeah, they won their case. The case you were worried about?
They did away with it?
Yep, they won.
Whatever. I still think they're shady.
For sure.
I don't like those guys.
For sure.
I don't like them at all.
Yeah.
I mean, Harmony is ex Amazon and Facebook, which is Amazon, Google, maybe. I don't know. Apple, maybe. I don't know. But I mean, they're just the Silicon Valley dudes, so
Yeah.
they're almost as
But I mean, we're talking about
untrustworthy.
currencies and banking, and you don't want to put your money with a shady guy.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like Ripple. I don't like that dude. And they're gonna keep going after him.
Yeah,
It
they will.
really sounds like they did something illegal. I'm not even gonna try to get into it because I don't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
I don't know shit about bug, as they say in Ozarks. But it really sounds like they did something illegal there.
Yeah. They did something.
They held on to a percentage of the coins that seems shady,
Well, no, from what I
so
understand
they could
is
slowly release them.
they slowly release them to keep the price down.
Yeah, so that's just banking. That's not even like what crypto is about, I feel like.
Well, no, because when they're doing transfers of money and wealth, and when the transactions, I guess it's more sellable for banks to use XRP when the price is more stable. So they're trying to stabilize the market for the transactions to be all right.
Right. So I don't want the banks in control of, like, I feel like people that really love crypto or like are really like crypto, yeah, would be the guys that don't want centralized finance. That just sounds
And
like
that's
you're
why, yeah,
using
and
banks still.
that's why everyone hates XRP. But the whole
Right.
argument behind it though is that XRP already has a use case that
It
people
seems
are
like they're
using.
cheating.
They are.
They're cheating 100%.
For sure.
The only reason that any of those are allowed to get away with like being separate from the SEC is the fact that the value is establishing itself by the creation of the actual Bitcoin.
Decentralized wealth or decentralized currency.
Right. So nobody's controlling it.
Yeah.
But XRP dudes are.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know, weird. And everybody's I couldn't invest in something like that where like you look if you type anything in, everybody's talking shit about it. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh Lord, that doesn't seem like it's gonna be good.
Yeah, but
If they did win, people would be super
they hate us because
against
they
this
ain't
thing.
us, dude.
You're teaming up with the banks.
Yeah.
You got bad teammates.
Where are you gonna put your
Teammates don't
money?
care about you.
No, they don't. But I'm just saying.
One.
All I'm saying is that like all these purists are like, oh, you know, whatever. But if you're gonna put your money in, wouldn't you want to put it with the most powerful Illuminati people in the world?
Probably.
Probably.
I mean, in the short term, they probably have your best interest.
Yeah.
Because they're just trying to build.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not though. But in long term, I wouldn't want that to be. It would just be replacing a bad system with another bad system.
Yeah.
The whole idea of decentralized finance is kind of utopian, though. It seems like it would be in a sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
Your credits don't move. It just seems more futuristic.
Yeah.
That you wouldn't be losing money by holding onto a dollar. But the fact that it's capped is pretty.
Being an American, I'm always stuck in this like weird, you know, weird space where I'm like, yeah, decentralized currency sounds great. It's going to make the world a better place. And then I think about it.
Everybody's into that, though.
And then I think about it and I'm like, wait, Americans are, you know, the world currency. Why the hell would I want that?
Yeah, but we're like becoming
not
not the world
America.
currency. We're not the highest value.
No, but we control
we're printing more money than ever. Yeah, but I mean, at what point does the dollar collapse because we keep printing?
Oh, it's coming, dude. It's coming soon.
Like people say put your money in like stable shit like gold, but all of those cryptocurrencies that are decentralized all have a cap, and anything that's valuable ever, whether it's like collectors items or whatnot, when production stops, the value of them goes up because they're less likely to. I don't know. There's less of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So something that's gonna cap like that is always gonna have value. People
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, what if Bitcoin goes down?" And it's like, okay, at one point it's gonna cap, and then people are gonna want Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know.
But with XRP like slowly releasing shit, they could just hold on to it, and then when it caps, they'd have most of it. It
Mhm.
seems disingenuous.
Yeah. Well, you got to wait for that flow to end. But, you know, how long is that going to
I
take?
literally have no idea what I'm talking about. Though,
Yeah.
still.
You know what's weird is like out of all the things, I'm not even sold on gold. You know what I mean?
People. There's a lot of conspiracy about gold. Well, it's that gold is even less safe because if you find them, like it, we could cap the price of gold right now. But if we discovered an island made of gold, then the value of gold would decrease a little bit because you found more gold.
Yeah.
But if you stop producing Bitcoin, then Bitcoin is done and the value is set.
Yeah. I don't know. The thing about
It's
gold,
weird to base money off some like intangible limit on like some natural resource.
yeah. Well, I mean, you would think that the government would be storing gold like they used to, you know? I hear Fort Knox
Why?
is empty.
Who cares? We
Well,
should forget about gold altogether. Bitcoin is based on gold though.
is it? Well, yeah,
Yeah, it was modeled after like the value
yeah.
of gold.
Well, it's just a limited resource, but I don't know. It's crazy, 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 crazy. Who the hell knows? What have
You
you been
know,
up to?
I don't know. I don't want to say that it's like the idea for Bitcoin, but it was the idea for or like the inspiration for one of the decentralized finance places. But I was watching the MIT lectures, and they were saying that the like original idea where they're like, oh, we should be doing this or we need to be getting into this, was there was a place in Africa, I believe, where they were trading cell phone minutes as currency. So like that was the limited thing that was there,
Yeah.
and they would just trade in cell phone minutes.
What?
Isn't that bonkers?
That's
But it's
crazy.
that's all money is. Like that's you could be like that's stupid, but you're getting the minutes with money, and so the minutes establish themselves as value if there's nothing else to trade there.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
So some dude just bought a bunch of minutes and then unloaded them on this community and had them trade minutes as dollars,
Yeah.
which is insane. That's genius.
Yeah. That's nuts. Yeah, I guess. I remember back when you had to use cell phone minutes. That stuff was gold, dude.
Flip phones and stuff.
Yeah. Do you remember those days, or was that past you?
Not really. My first phone was a slide and it had Google.
Oh, really? You didn't get charged per text? Oh,
No.
dude. They used to charge you by characters.
There was still some cool features. I never thought I'd be able to go away from the keyboard. I really liked the keyboard.
Yeah.
There is something nice about clicking away.
Hmm.
I honestly, if I went back, I'd probably be happier without the apps
Yeah.
and just clicking away to people.
You know,
Have
it's
you
fun.
seen the new Razer? That thing is sick.
Yeah.
I want to. If I had Verizon, I'd have a Razer.
You know, it's funny. I got kind of like, I felt a little proud of myself because I went to type in my password to my Wi-Fi the other day, and it was in T9, and I'm like, oh, I know how to do this.
What do you mean? Or do you have to type in a bunch of stuff to
Do
do
you know what
password?
T9 is? T9 is what the old cell phones
Not
were for
really.
texting, where you had to hit like three numbers, like do 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 to
Oh,
get to
yeah.
T,
It would take me a
do
second.
do 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 to get to. You know what I mean? Like you'd have to type it in by clicking
Yeah,
the
it would
same
take
button
me.
so many times.
It would take me a minute
Oh yeah, I crushed it.
to
I
get
was just
honestly.
like, oh, I know T9. Let's go. It was funny.
That's such a stupid. Why couldn't they figure out something better than that? They can only input so many buttons.
So many buttons, so many buttons. But I don't know. Apple's
The
doing.
Razor's sick though. It flips and everything.
Yeah. How do you feel about Apple?
I like Apple. It's the best. I
Yeah.
don't know. I what the I mean, you could say whatever you want about like newer phones or like Android phones
Hmm.
or like the specs are always seem a little bit better on Android. But just the fact that everybody's using iPhone makes it so much better.
Yeah. Would you hear some of the things that they're doing?
You want your phone to be compatible with what most phones are.
Yeah. So
No
I get.
green messages.
So I guess I saw a couple things saying that Google is actually kind of in direct competition, or no, Google and Apple are not have been fighting for a while, right? And so is Facebook and Apple. because Apple, they created these products, right? And you know how like you never get a virus with Apple products, you know?
Right.
Like I've destroyed
Strong
so many Windows computers. I've never been able to destroy an Apple computer completely.
Downloading the full DBZ series on my last laptop.
Yeah.
Broke it.
They'll do it. Why'd you have to download it?
Not a Mac. I shouldn't have had to.
Could have just streamed it.
I really wanted it on there, I guess. It was worth it. I watched it all while my shit was crashing, so.
Yeah.
Kamehameha my laptop.
Oh shit. But anyway, so Apple's starting to think about taking Google off of iPhone
Taking Google off of iPhone
and Facebook.
I mean, you can do that, make Safari better. Why don't they have like Apple Docs? Or maybe they do, but they need to make it as good as Google Docs is, and then it would be fine. If they had Apple Docs and Apple Slides and all of what Google had, then everybody would just use Apple.
Yeah. Well, what they're saying is that, you know, they're not going to let...
I only go to Google for Gmail and Slides and Docs.
Yeah. Hold on one second. So what they're saying, though, is that they're not going to let these big tech companies harvest our data anymore. They're like, we make hardware to not harvest your data. And so they don't like these third-party applications stealing their users' data.
I heavily doubt that.
Yeah, I know. But that'd be pretty cool, though. That'd be pretty sweet.
I think if I typed into Safari cool pants, that if I opened up Instagram, I'd have cool pant advertisements for days.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
It's too spot on. I mean, it's kind of like old news to be talking about. Everybody knows that. But I don't trust Apple to be any more in our best interest.
I don't know. Maybe
the only thing you can cite is when like people do something horrible and they have their iPhone on them.
But you know what the interesting part of it
can't get into the iPhone because they won't break the code to unlock it.
Well, the interesting thing is they're thinking about adding a VPN automatically with Apple devices.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, but at the same time, you can't do anything on Safari. So they can't talk. Like, a VPN would be like bypassing, like, rules and restrictions that people have, like, per location or per, like, whatever Wi-Fi you're at. Or let's say you're in Facebook, you can't open something of a different application that's native to Facebook. But you can't do anything on a MacBook that's, like, any sort of downloading of Microsoft. You can't even type Microsoft into a MacBook. So to act like they're like a moral savior for VPN is crazy.
Well, that was the argument. That's the argument. Like, Facebook and
why the iPhone should come jailbroken. Like, have you ever jailbroken an iPhone?
Mm-hmm.
That is like, if you're gonna be the champion of a VPN, then just have your thing jailbroken all the time so you can download anything.
Yeah. Well, I think the problem is things that you download, but these things that you download are stealing all your information, and they know it's you. There's a difference between, like, you know, collecting data and then collecting data knowing it's you. You know what I mean? Like,
right, I guess.
So it's like,
but people should be smarter instead of them nerfing the internet, and a VPN would bypass the nerfing of the internet, but at the same time, Macs nerf the fuck out of the internet.
Yeah. Well, the argument Google and Facebook are saying is that, you know, if you're going to do this and you're going to stop us from collecting data, because that's what they make. So Facebook takes your data and then sells it to people, right? And Google does the same thing. And they're saying, well, you guys have a monopoly because of your app store, you know? And so now they're under lawsuits with Apple for monopoly charges.
It is a monopoly. 100%.
It's crazy. They just came out with an Apple Car.
It's a monopoly.
You see that?
That's ridiculous. I wouldn't get in that.
You're not going to get an Apple Car?
No. F that.
What?
I got my Apple Card plasti dipped. It's a Starbucks logo.
Check out my new cover for my
Pop out
Apple
without a
car.
top.
Sparkly
I'm
gold.
good. I'm not that much. I'm not that much of an Apple fanboy.
Yeah.
That's just embarrassing.
Yeah, definitely.
I would for sure drive a Tesla.
Yeah.
I'd talk about Tesla all the time too if I drove a Tesla.
Oh, they're coming out with
Which
the next line of Teslas.
the next Roadster.
Mm-hmm. Supposedly, it could
It's
be.
faster.
They have tax rebates on it for buying electric, you know. And they said, I saw this thing,
Yeah.
and they were projecting where
It
it'd
could
be
pay for
like,
itself.
no, this next vehicle is going to be like $23,000.
I would buy it.
It's
for
so
sure.
cheap.
I would take out whatever loan I needed to buy it.
Well, 23 is nothing.
I've been saying that my next car is gonna be a Tesla, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, it could now. I mean, $23,000 is nothing. And,
If it was, that's not bad.
and with a $4,000 tax rate, it's like $19,000. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
Get a fully electric car for $19,000, a Tesla for $19,000. That's bonkers.
It's the new like economy class Model S. It's like the bigger
Mhm.
one.
I don't think it. No,
They
I don't
got
think
rid
it's
of the
bigger.
butterfly doors though.
Yeah.
I think they're getting rid of the big X-wing doors.
Oh, are they the suicide doors?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's too bad.
Those are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I'd want those.
Yeah.
I'd drive a Cybertruck though. If I had the money, I'd honestly, if and the money and the choice of Tesla, I'd probably buy a Cybertruck.
Yeah. That thing would be pretty cool.
It's the safest vehicle. You'd mess people up.
Yeah.
If you crash into me and I was in a Cybertruck, you'd die.
Yeah. The windows might
It'd
shatter.
have to be like
but
the safest vehicle. What up?
I said the windows might break, but
Yeah, whatever. I'll take the risk.
yeah. No, they're pretty dope.
Is that noise on my end?
What noise?
Oh, 100%. I was hearing music in the background.
Uh-huh.
I might have to get going pretty soon here.
All right, man.
Looks
Well,
like we got some funk.
got
funk in the
something
back.
in the book. Well, anyways, man, good talking to you. Got to do this again. I'm gonna have my.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back. I'm not fully set up yet. I'm still piecing stuff together, but I'll have everything back hopefully by tomorrow. So start doing stuff.
We can. I'd go again tomorrow. I've got all of that.
All right. All right, I'm down. But
Cool.
I want to start. There are things I want to do, but the second I start doing them, then we can't. Then there's a possibility we're not going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I want to go into all the stuff I know I can do, but we're going to have to sit around and figure it out for an hour.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I've got time.
Yeah. Where like we can
sit around and diddle with it for a while. I need to start learning it too, so
yeah.
it'll probably be good.
All right. Well, cool, man.
Dude, wait, download Clubhouse. You should download Clubhouse.
Oh yeah, I gotta do that. I'll do that right after this.
It's insane. It's the trippiest thing ever. It's an open podcast. It's so weird.
Yeah. All right, I'll check it out. I don't know what the benefit of it is, you know.
It's just a platform to do a podcast. Like if we were having the same conversation, we could have 50 listeners and they could be raising their hands to speak, and we'd be like, all right, here we go with John. Let's hear what John's gonna say.
Now, is that something that you
They'd be
record
like, yeah,
and
well, I
put
like
onto
what you're saying.
YouTube, or do you get views? Like, does it pay?
You can keep it up. It's like a social media.
So do you like record segments and then transfer it over to something else?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Well, it just saves itself. It's like a live stream on Instagram.
I'd be down. That sounds like the future. Sounds like something we could be on the cutting
It's crazy.
edge.
Gary V is like really obsessed with that.
Oh, is he? Okay. Well, I'll check it out.
All right, dude.
All right, man. Peace.
Later.